Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Rich Winter from Sacred Hoops. I've got a special guest with me, Ted Standing Soldier from Rapid City. Coach, you've been up early this morning, already starting some practices with Rapid City Christian girls at 6 a.m. How'd practice go this morning?
Went well. Something that we've been done all the month of June. Just getting kids in the gym. 6 a.m. workouts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of every week. This morning was actually our lowest number. Since a lot of kids have taken off for the 4th.
Sure.
Had 5 kids this morning. So,
What's it like?
but we've had as much as up to 12 kids at a time in the gym from 7th grade all the way through high school. So.
What are the prospects looking like for that Rapid City Christian team? And along with that, can you just talk about Olivia Kiefer a little bit? I think people are familiar with her, an all-state player up there, but certainly someone that's going to tear it up the next few years.
Yeah, definitely. Olivia will be a sophomore. And not sure if you know this, but Joe Kiefer's kind of switched places with AJ Trinipol. So Joe's going to be the head coach. AJ is going to be an assistant, along with myself this coming season. Joe is Olivia's dad, and kind of really both of them kind of agree, just time constraint wise, and something that best for the program right now. So yeah, Olivia's outstanding player, and I've been kind of helping coach out there for the last 3 seasons, and she's played the last 2, started as an 8th grader and had a few 40-point games as an 8th grader and 20-point quarter. And yeah, sometimes when you she has only like 8 or 12 points in the game, you're like, what's wrong? And you remember that she's only a freshman,
right?
Last season, and you kind of have to ground yourself. But she's exceptional, kind of a surprising good athlete. I think most people don't realize how good of an athlete she is, and just a gym rat. Loves being in the gym, loves working out, and definitely shows in her game. So.
Who are maybe a couple other players over there at Rapid City Christian that are coming up? With Kiefer being so good, I expect Christian to improve and get better in the next few years.
Yeah, definitely. We have a few seniors. Abby Pierce, she's guard returning for us. Morgan Schwartout, she's another forward/guard for us. That'll be senior. Couple of younger players got some varsity experience last year. We started the season last year with 12 girls, and had a few drop off, and we had to look for some 8th graders, look for some 7th graders, kind of bring up to have a junior varsity team. So we're trying to change the culture out there at Rapid City Christian and build a program, and hopefully be a team that people can be excited about.
So I see the big Sacred Hoops thing going on your shirt right there. It's been kind of a strange spring, to say the very least. The Pine Ridge area, Red Cloud have really been closed off, like with shutdowns and lockdowns. Can you tell me what's going on with Sacred Hoops and the teams that you might be working with that you are working with this summer?
Yeah, well, I think I kind of transitioned from, coaching the West River teams to coaching the all-native 12U girls team during the winter. And that kind of was the plan for the summer, to go into the summer coaching that team. But with, COVID situation, that kind of changed the dynamics of the team, and not everybody was comfortable with traveling to some tournaments.
Sure.
Had maybe five girls that were still willing to play, and the other half not necessarily wanting to get out this summer just yet. Kind of speaking with Amanda, asked her if it was okay to find some non-native kids and kind of combine to fill a team. And the plan tentatively right now was to hit 2 tournaments in mid-July mid to end of July and first weekend in August with that team. So.
I wanted to mention a little bit, Red Cloud Gyms, I think just opened up the other day. You were telling me yesterday, kind of just visiting a little bit, you got to work with the Red Cloud boys the other day. They came up to Rapid Skills and, played a game up there. What did you see from the Red Cloud boys?
I actually coached the girls team.
Girls, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a girls team. Yeah, obviously they made the state tournament and weren't able to finish their season. And obviously with everything being shut down, they haven't been in the gym since March. And Coach Rama had asked me to fill in this week to coach for him. I'll be coaching tonight again at Rapid Skills for the league. The girls were, a little rusty and a little out of shape, and which is to be expected, but it was just good for them to get back on the court together, I think, and just encourage them to say it's time to get back to work. And I don't care where kids go to school and where they're from. I'm all about helping all kids everywhere. So wherever I can coach and encourage and help kids, I'm going to do it. So.
One of the big times for you normally during your summer is your work with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And what's going on with that this summer in relation to COVID-19?
Yeah, well, our big kind of region camp up at Spearfish, which was supposed to be last week of June, that was canceled. Normally I do camps in Pine Ridge and Rosebud. With the reservations on lockdown and different people coming from the outside to help staff the camp with me, kind of decided it would be best to not do it this summer. So it's kind of slow right now for me in that regard, and kind of like that for everybody, I believe. So an awkward time.
I wanted to ask you a little bit. You're a great player in your own right in your day. And now coaching, you seem to throw yourself into coaching just about anywhere there's, a vacancy, anywhere to help like that. What makes you so passionate about coaching and kind of giving back to a game that you love so much?
I believe sports is a platform, kind of to reach the youth and to help them. Kind of goes back to when I was playing in high school. I was MVP of LNI 2 years in a row, and won the tournament 3 years in a row, and kind of came up short when it comes to regional state tournament time. But just having everyone tell me how good I was, and no one really challenging me to say, hey, you could get better at this and this and that. And getting to college, everyone's the best from their schools, from their communities. And so that kind of set me back, because as far as, I thought everyone told me I was good, and now I'm running into kids here in college that are bigger, faster, stronger, and kind of had a chip on my shoulder in that regard of when I finish school and go back, I'm gonna help kids to say, hey, there's another level you could go to. You might be the best on your team, you might be the best on the reservation, but you could always go to another level. Right. And so that was my mindset going into coaching and challenging kids and helping them. And plus, off the court, you see kids kind of lose focus. And I think that's where FCA is coming for me, is kind of, there's out of bounds on the basketball court, but there's also some things in life that are probably out of bounds and can ruin your career and ruin your opportunities. So the two just fit together. And like I said, just love helping kids regardless of their background, family, whatever they come from. If they have talent, I think I have a pretty good eye for talent, and drawing that out of kids and helping them to develop it and cultivate their God-given ability. So
I wanted to, this may be a long-winded question, so bear with me, but a couple summers ago when we were doing our first Sacred Hoop summer, you were working with the West River, I think, boys team, and you had like half of them were Native Americans, half were Caucasian kids. and it came together. And you were showing some videos of them out playing by the pool and hanging out, and like skin color didn't matter all of a sudden. You're going to have that experience again this year when you work this summer. Like, just from a cultural perspective, like, how good is it for kids to interact in a way in a sport that they love, and how does that break down some of these cultural barriers that people don't know about each other?
All right, that's another positive about sports. That's you're able to bring, kids from a mother and a father in the home, kids with maybe just grandma, maybe kids with just one parent, and then you got the cultural differences, and you're able to, challenge the kids to get to know each other and to see the person, not see maybe preconceived notions about one another, both, white versus native, native versus white, and to kind of understand one another and understand that, we're all part of the human race, and that's the only race that should matter, regardless of our skin color. And sports is just an awesome way to communicate that to kids, especially. 90% of the time you got the media kind of portraying all the negative things about race. And I believe truly, most of America is fine with one another. It's just that we focus on the few instances where there's some race problems, and the media I believe has a tendency to magnify that and make it bigger than it is. And that's not to downplay the injustices and the things that do happen, but at the same time, I think for the most part, sports is just the best way to knock down these walls and those misunderstandings, or just the lack of not knowing what it's like on a reservation for kids, and maybe vice versa. So
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't not ask about your boys, your rambunctious boys that we see like floating around and shooting jumpers during Sacred Hoops tournaments and stuff. How are your boys doing this year, and how old are they getting to be?
Yeah, so their oldest is now 11, just turned 11 in the spring, and youngest is 6. And with not being able to go to tournaments here in June, signed them up for baseball for the first time here in Rapid City, and really loving that and enjoying it a lot. Just keeping them busy and keeping them active, and just enjoying being a father that I really never had. So growing up, I was raised by a single mother. So just being able to work with your own kids is a little special, a little different. Been coaching, for 22 years now, and finally being able to coach your own kids eventually it's kind of bittersweet. And I have a lot of practice in coaching before them, so I don't get too too bent out of shape, and just kind of enjoy their childhood and push them, but at the same time love them and accept them for what their abilities that they have. So